Kill
okay.
off when we.
I got you. Hey guys.
Yeah, it'll kill off. Give me about
What's
a
that?
minute because AV just froze.
Okay.
Hey, thank you very much.
I'm gonna go tell them to turn down the TV
Much
here.
appreciated. Thank you.
So, but fire when ready.
What size are you? What size are you? See if that's a large one, that blue one? Yeah. Is that large? No, that's a female.
ESPN 97.5.
You all hear the intro?
Thank you. And all the other spots are in there, right? Normal spots.
Yeah.
Liberty, Danish, all that, FM Kitchen.
Everything's in there. Can y'all hear the intro?
Yeah, I can. Thank you, Cameron. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no problem.
Let's keep it rolling. Anytime there's callers, just get in my ear.
Gotcha. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn your mic on.
Jan coming on?
Yep. What's that?
Jan coming on?
This is a renterswarehouse.com roadshow, live from Los Angeles. This is Soccer Matters.
No, we're not in Los Angeles.
ESPN 97.5.
Yeah, they didn't
We're
give
not
me the
in
new
Los
ones.
Angeles. It's okay.
Soccer Matters
Just
is
correct that for the next one. How are you?
Children's
Sorry about Croatia.
Glenn Davis.
All right, welcome to 55-55 Mornings. This is the gorgeous Gael. It is post-World Cup. We have just seen France raise the World Cup. How are you? Croatia fans, we're here in full force. Hey, what a prideful Croatia this was, but in the end it's France that wins the World Cup. You know, we're going to take a lot of great memories away from what Croatia did, but this is the second time France has won a World Cup. It would have been a first time for Croatia. And in the end, it is a 4-2 French win over Croatia. 6 goals in a FIFA World Cup final, so an outstanding way to end what was an amazing World Cup. Again, we're at 55-55 Morningside Drive. If you want to call in, 713-780-3776. I want to get your thoughts on the World Cup. And you can hear by listening right into that speaker. We've got a Croatian fan that's very distraught here. 713-780-3776 is the number to call in. 713-780-3776. I want to get your thoughts on the World Cup. France wins the second one. Croatia, brave. Analytically, statistic-wise, we realized today that statistics don't quantify soccer matches anymore. They had over 60% of the possession. They seemed to manage and control the game, but in the end it was the counterattack of Didier Deschamps and France and the timeliness of goals from the likes of Griezmann, Pogba, and Mbappe that is the undoing of Croatia at the end of this day. Great World Cup final, though. 713-780-3776. Again, the number to call in, and we will get you on the air because we do want to hear your thoughts. Houston, Texas was packed to the gills. The gorgeous Gael was packed to the gills here with fans today. The patio was packed. Great crowd in here. Everybody enjoyed themselves, and we want to thank all the wait staff and everybody here at the gorgeous Gael. This is our final live show, and we want to thank them very, very much. The scenes are crazy in France right now. Mbappe scoring as well here. The 19-year-old started with France in the 18th minute. Own goal from Mandzukic. 28th minute, Perisic tied it up with a kind of a half volley. 38th minute penalty. They went to the video assistant. Griezmann would hit from the penalty spot. It's 2-1 at halftime. Pogba comes out in the 59th minute, makes it 3-1. And then Mbappe makes it 4-1 in the 65th. So they were killer-like on the counterattack. They got goals from their stars. They made the difference. Mandzukic would pull one back after Hugo Lloris blunder and that made it 4-2. Joining me right now, former professional soccer player Bill McDonough, who's a long time here in Houston with Strake Jesuit High School. And just how about your overall thoughts on the final, Bill?
It was a great game to watch. Had everything in it. Certainly Croatia dominated the possession, but I was a little bit upset to see the own goal and the penalty call. Although the right call, I wish those goals weren't in it and we could see how the game played out without those.
Croatia 15-8 in shots. French, though, listen to this, on goal. France had 6 shots on goal out of their 8. Croatia only 3. 6 corners for Croatia, 2 for France. 61% of the ball possession goes to Croatia. We saw how comfortable they were on the ball, but it did not yield enough on this day. Maybe this time the fight from behind, we kind of felt it was going to happen after you got the tying goal from Ivan Perisic. And we kind of felt like, okay, here we go. Croatia's going to do this again. It's destiny. 713-780-3776. Bill McDonald and I'll take calls. Let's go to Ruben. Ruben, what do you have?
Oh, no, it was Len. Nice to hear from you again. Great to see you at the gorgeous Gael. No, the World Cup was great. I think the own goal by Mandzukic was one of the factors that, put Croatia in a spot to where they have to play defensively the entire time, but at the same time attacked with their midfielders in the offense. And it just threw their whole game off. Even when they tied 1-1 in the first half, I just think Croatia was not prepared to see the other goals from Pogba and Mbappe. It was a great game, great tactics by France. The young fellas did it this year. France took it. I'm very proud of them. Congratulations to them. Croatia had it, but want to give it to the best team, and they play better than the others.
Yeah. Look, the French are going to be deserving of winning this title. They got their superstars scoring goals. They had the cautious approach we expected from Didier Deschamps. They sat back, and they were lethal on the counterattack. This is the way he plays the game. This is the way he played the game as a central midfielder. By the way, Didier Deschamps becomes only the 3rd man in the history of the World Cup to have won it as a player and a manager, which is incredible in itself. Thank you for that phone call, Ruben. We'll continue to take calls at 713-780-3776. All right, so, this was mission accomplished based on the way France plays, right?
Yeah, you knew that France was powerful. You knew that they could hit you from so many different angles, and they did today. The question with France, I think, was defensively, and they even, had the blunder that Lloris made, but still survived with it, and that's why they're world champions.
If you talk about timeliness of goals, you talk about being ruthless, having a killer instinct, I don't think there's any question France had that because, look, the majority of this game was the French in their own, half of the field. They didn't even seem to really want the ball. They just wanted it on critical moments in the counterattack, and that's where we get these analytics of 61% ball possession. But as we all know, analytics don't always quantify the end result here, and then we have to credit France for being instinctual on the counterattack, providing the big moments from big players, Pogba, Mbappe, Griezmann, and look, you knew what you were going to get in this final from France, and Croatia wasn't able to get it done despite just dominating the ball possession and looking very fluid at times, but without end product.
Yeah, I think that one of the biggest things coming out of this, like I said, we knew that France was going to be powerful and explosive and could hit you from different ways. But some of the underwork done by Conte and even by Paul Pogba in a little bit of a different role. Certainly played some knifing passes into critical spaces that would allow his teammates to go in and attack. But he's also found in his defensive box winning headers in key points and times of games and winning the ball in the midfield, that being a complement to Conte, and those are the things that a team that wants to win a World Cup has to do.
548 passes for Croatia to 269 for France. That quantifies that the Croatians had the ball, but in the end it was the French who did more with it. They win their 2nd World Cup. They do it 4-2 over Croatia today. We'll take your phone calls on not only this World Cup final, but anything World Cup related here. As Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, said, I mean, he's claiming this is the best World Cup ever. Do we believe that? Do you believe that?
I do, Glenn. There's no question that since we've had the benefit of games on television consistently and a network, you know, taking charge and broadcasting the whole World Cup. I think probably 1990 was our first one, but there's no question that this World Cup had so much in it. It had every single game had a second note to it, and
drama.
Yeah, drama, and you had
1 minute.
big teams that were getting knocked out, not getting past the group stage. So, you know, this World Cup had everything, and one of the biggest things to me was the counterattack.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The counterattack played a big piece in this. 70% of the goals in this World Cup scored via set pieces. We're going to take a break. We'll have more with Bill McDonald. We'll take your phone calls at 713-780-3776, 713-780-3776. The presenting sponsor of this first hour, Texas Children's Cancer and Hematology Centers, Texas Children's Hospital, largest pediatric cancer center in the country, over 190 physicians and scientists, 46 laboratories, 200 active clinical trials dedicated solely to childhood cancer and blood disorder. Our thanks to the Texas Children's Hospital for being presenting sponsors in this first hour. We're at the gorgeous Gael 5555 Morningside Drive. We've got Dynamo Dallas tickets to give away. We got Soccer Matters swag. We got a lot of things to give away here. We're raffling stuff off. If you're out and about on the town, come in. You can celebrate the French victory, and you can also drown your tears, Croatia fans, as well, after a very, very prideful tournament. We'll take a break. It's a Bud Light break. All right. All right.
ESPN 97.5.
3 minutes.
Saltgrass until September. Stop by your local Saltgrass and enjoy a full rack of baby back ribs. It includes homemade bread, a dinner salad or cup of soup, and a side item of your choice. Get your ribs and pick your sauce. I like to split my order in two and get both. Crown Royal Maple Barbecue Sauce and my new favorite, the Honey Ginger Cilantro Barbecue Sauce. It's time to rack them and stack them at Saltgrass Steakhouse for their fall off the bone baby back ribs. Find your location at saltgrass.com.
Beat the Texas heat this summer with an ice-cold Carbach beer. Here's the summer lineup: Staycation brewed with a touch of cone hops, sunshine, freaking cream. Tasty waves brewed with a touch of sea salt and a hint of passion fruit for a nice, refreshing experience.
Hey, Glenn.
Available year-round.
He just walked away for a second. What's up?
I was going to say, we got about 2.5 minutes, and then that Novo guy's online.
Novo?
Yeah, Novo, he just said N-O-V-O.
Okay. What is that other noise, dude?
Yes, sir. What do you got?
We got Novo on the phone lines.
Hey,
What's the name?
Novo, N-O-V-O.
Yep. Anybody else?
No, just him.
Okay, cool.
Dude, Cam, I'm getting two different feeds. I'm getting commercial and a phone, somebody on the phone.
I don't know how that's possible because I don't have his mic turned up.
Isn't that the commercial?
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever it was.
Thank you, sir.
gone.
Can
How
you
you
hear
doing, Bill?
now?
No, you're good now.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
We've got about 75 seconds.
You got it. We'll get Novo on. Continue with Bill Mack, straight Jesuit, former pro. You all right?
Right here in Houston? If so,
Huh?
we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small
Drake
group
Jesuit
of motivated
College
individuals
Prep.
to
Is that how
join
he
our
said it?
real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Stan Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the Houston area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. Houston is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Fan's Workshop, text your
30 seconds.
to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000.
Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Fans' Money for Deals Guide. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
You're listening to Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5.
And on ESPN975.com.
Shoot, I thought that was gunfire.
All right, we're about to be live.
Okay.
Studios. Here's Glenn Davis.
All right, again, thanks. We're out to 55-55 Morningside Drive. It is the Gorgeous Gael. And again, we big thank you to the Gorgeous Gael for really being wonderful hosts here for Soccer Matters, ESPN 97.5 throughout 7 live shows during the World Cup. So our thanks to Peter Kingston, Goose, all the people that put it together here, including the wait staff and all the bartenders. We thank them very, very much. If you're out and about on the town, come on in, have a couple drinks. Celebrate the end of what has been an amazing World Cup. Croatia in this one controlling the game, certainly with the ball in this one. They managed the game, I think, probably as well as they could have. Own goal, penalty, got them in a little bit of trouble. It was a Croatian special run, but in the end, it's the France counterattack. It was lethal, it was killer, and in the end, it's 4-2 for the French. They do their second World Cup title. They won the 98 World Cup as the host nation. And we'll continue to take your phone call, 713-780-3776. Bill McDonald of Straight Jesuit College Preparatory joining me here. 500 wins as a high school coach, but also was a professional soccer player here in the 80s in Houston. Let's go to the phone lines at Novo. Novo, what do you have?
Yes, hey, how you doing today? Great coverage that you're providing here after the game. This was a great final, and I agree with Super President that this is in fact one of the greatest World Cups we've ever had. The VAR system was very good, you know. In fact, earlier on there were people that were against making that change, but I'll say that the VAR system enhanced the quality of the game and the outcome. Also, I've been watching World Cup tournaments for a long time, but I have never seen so many goals from set pieces. I mean, the players are very dangerous, and set pieces have been amazing during this tournament. But one part that I missed was I think the U.S. would have done some damages if we had gone to this World Cup, because the field was wide open. The traditional powerhouses were having challenges. Brazil was a shell of itself. Spain, where they were still having their possession, but they were not able to convert goals. Netherlands, the Italians did not make it. So the U.S. actually missed a golden opportunity to actually make some noise. But all in all, we'll be ready in 2026 and also in 2022.
Novo, I want to take you back to something you said about the set pieces in this tournament, because I think 65 to 70% of the goals all came off set pieces. Is that a worrying trend to you, that there weren't more goals maybe in open play?
Yes, I think it's a new trend because players are becoming very adept at making those conversions. So goalkeepers need to learn more and try to reposition themselves, because I've seen some of the set pieces, the goalkeepers were out of position, you know. And hey, I'll tell you this though, this is just only the beginning, because players are now going to emphasize and try to improve on set pieces and the conversion rate. So we're going to have more goals, even more than this in Qatar 2022. So the U.S. is going to get ready.
Well, the U.S. is going to try to get ready with a lot of younger players, but today it's all about France and Croatia. Thank you, Novo, for calling in. We appreciate it. We appreciate your comments. And by the way, that back table, Croatian fans, you guys ruled the roost here, even though you're not listening to me. You guys ruled the roost here over the last couple of games that Croatia was here. I'm giving you guys big props back there for all the excitement you brought to the Gorgeous Gael throughout the tournament. So great job. Great job. 713-780-3776, 713-780-3776. What else about this French team stands out to you? Overall in this tournament, I think we have to go to N'Golo Kanté and how wonderful he was in midfield. Matuidi, also a guy that worked like for two men. Let's not forget how hard the French worked as well.
Yeah, that and the fact that they're so deep. You know, they were able to have Matuidi miss a game and not miss a beat. Kanté came off today after 60 minutes. But they're a deep team. They didn't miss a beat when one or another one was not involved in the play. And, is that area of the field that I think that they controlled that set them up for that explosive counterattack.
And we have to credit Griezmann, Pogba, and Mbappe, because all three of those guys, as game changers, come up big on this day. And again, it's dominant ball possession for Croatia. They manage the game through ball possession. They believe. The French are going, hey, you can have the ball because we're going to get those couple of counterattacks and we're going to kill you on those and we're going to be lethal on those. And that's exactly pretty much what happened. Those moments and game-changing moments coming from game-changing players. How about Mbappe in this tournament and his future? I mean, he's remarkable at 19 years of age.
I mean, the world is his oyster now. I mean, he's just going to be able to do what he wants against a lot of players in the world, and it's going to be exciting to watch him and see what France can do to, kind of go forward after this World Cup and maybe, who knows, win 2 in a row.
Bill McDonald, Strake Jesuit College Preparatory, as a high school coach there for many years, over 500 wins, professional soccer player in the 80s. I want to take you back to Croatia. Despite all the possession, what in the end hurt them in the final third and from an attacking perspective?
Yeah, I mean, that's a difficult question because
well, we ask the difficult questions on this show.
Well,
we're not just lobbing softballs to people here, okay?
You have such a player as Modric, and he finds those little spaces and is able to turn and involve other players and get the ball wide, and they're so many times able to get the ball in deep. They just didn't have the last piece. They couldn't find, either Mandzukic or Perisic or somebody, in the end to get the last touch. But they were such a creative team. And the second thing was they had fitness on their side. I mean, you saw in the semifinal where they kind of rose above right before the extra time and in the extra time. And, they just were an incredible team that just came up short today. I can't answer. That's why I said it's a difficult question. It's a tough.
2 minutes.
It is. I think a lot of their delivery was in front of the French back four, so it Hernandez, Umtiti, Varane, Pavard all could deal with that. I thought in the first half they penetrated a little bit, especially I think through Rebic. But I think at the end of the day, it was an immovable object. It was a low block defensively, and you do want to sometimes get behind them, and then, man, they just could not get really behind them much. And a lot of the delivery was in front of people, and at the end of the day, they would have probably wanted a little bit more penetration.
Yeah, you got
to pull center backs out of the middle, because I think Umtiti and Varane were just rooted in there like two giant redwood trees.
Well, to me, credit to the world champions. They,
absolutely,
they showed a lot of resolve and not getting broken down, and they deserve what they got.
Absolutely. We had our good friends from BMW out here today, Philip, Advantage BMW, and I hope they enjoyed the game. Very thankful for them. Tranquility Home Systems, my friend Jesse, you want to get your home theater set up? Do it. He's got 20 years experience. He'll get you the latest 4K video technology. Call Jesse. His personal phone number is what I'm giving you here, 281-506-7822. Hit his website at www.ths3inc.com. Jesse does it all, but if you want the best in home theater, I mean, this guy does home theater for all the athletes in Houston. His number again is 281-506-7822. Plenty of time to get your home theater ready for the next World Cup in Qatar in 4 years. We'll take a Bud Light break here. More from the gorgeous Gael 5555 Morningside Drive. We're going to take a Danish Inspirations contemporary furniture break. Put that in your pipe, Jan. How come I'm not hearing like any of my commercials here? Cameron.
They're coming in the next one. These are still from the first hour.
But like, where's BMW? Where's Liberty Kitchen? Where's FM Kitchen? I mean, we're already a couple breaks into it. I haven't heard any of this stuff.
I've got Danish Inspiration in the next break.
Yeah, what else you got? Please tell me what you got, because there's a lot of stuff missing here.
And also FM Kitchen.
Okay, what else? Got Liberty Kitchen.
I don't see it, but I can go grab one.
Yeah, it
real quick.
needs to be in there. How the heck is that not in there? There should be some Bud Lights in there as well. You got the Bud Light in there? Check for Bud Light as well, Cameron.
Okay, we'll do.
Thank you. Advantage BMW, all those need to be in there. I don't know where, I'm hearing all this other stuff I've never heard. We got an ED commercial, unbelievable. Gotta have fun.
That's your voice.
Huh?
That's your voice.
It's not my voice.
No, your boys.
Got any up dog? I said, you got any up dog?
Can't afford a non-broken chair? Huh?
Complain to the...
Getting hot in here, so take off all your weekend energy charges. Find out more at InfuseEnergy.com.
It's hot in here.
Got about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Inspirations, beautiful showroom on 2775 Fondren. I'm Jan Christensen, president of Danish Inspirations and a soccer player for 50 years. Soccer is a great sport, and Danish Inspirations is a great modern contemporary furniture store. Go to DanishInspirations.com and set your furniture goals. Goal!
You were listening to Soccer.
Okay, going live.
ESPN 97.5.
And on ESPN975.com.
Brought to you by Texas Children's Hospital. From the RentersWarehouse.com studios, here's Glenn Davis.
This is a live road show. We're at 5555 Morningside Drive. This is the gorgeous Gael. This is a wonderful place to watch. Well, we all learned watching the World Cup here, but of course they have the Premier League here all season long, Major League Soccer, the Dynamo, you name it. This is a great spot in Rice Village, 5555 Morningside Drive. It is the gorgeous Gael. They got great food out here too, great whiskey selection, and all kinds of, you name the type of beer you want, they got it. It's a great spot. I love how open this place is too. Monitors everywhere. So if you have a chance, get over to Rice Village, 5555 Morningside Drive. It is the gorgeous Gael. Quick word here for Bud Light. You know, with this World Cup ending, I hope I don't go into depression. That's actually what I'm really worried about. But man, what are we going to do without those 9 a.m. games?
Can the EPL start next week? Can they start next week?
No. I want more World Cup. I don't want to wait another 4 years. On the other hand, I do, because that's what makes the World Cup unique. I'm not into this 48-team World Cup, but we're all paying homage today to the French national team, Les Bleus. They win the World Cup final 4-2 over Croatia. We'll take your phone calls at 713-780-3776, 713-780-3776. Weigh in on the game today. There's some sentiment out there that the best team didn't win this World Cup final. Do you believe that? France kind of did what they set out to do, I think, in this. Yeah, sure, they caught a break with the own goal, if you want to call it a break. I could also position that and say Griezmann hit an incredible free kick that put a defender in a very difficult situation. 713-780-3776 is the number to call in. Come on, you soccer fans out there. It's time for you to have a take. And again, our thanks to Bud Light. Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the 2018 World Cup games. Proud sponsor of Soccer Matters, ESPN 97.5. Joining me, Bill McDonald, straight Jesuit college preparatory, legendary Texas soccer coach, well over 500 wins, played professionally in the 80s here. I'm gonna take you back into the steadfast belief that France had in the way they played. Obviously, we all expected them to absorb pressure and look for it through Mbappe and Griezmann and Pogba. Some would call it a very cautious way of playing, but it does reflect what their manager was all about. So I think we have to give Didier Deschamps a lot of credit here because everybody bought into this. And I'm telling you, I saw some of their friendlies where he was not happy pre-World Cup and actually called his team arrogant. He got everybody to buy in here, and they bought in. And, you know, Paul Pogba's World Cup is going to be more about doing the dirty work in midfield than it is about sparkling individual moments.
Well, now, when you look at the makeup of that team, you know, they're obviously the second youngest team at the World Cup, and some of the best players are part of that youth of that team, the younger players on that team. So, you know, Didier had his hands full with molding this group along the way. And like, you know, he has said, not everything has been coming up roses for them. They had their struggles. They had problems in the lead up or build up to the World Cup. But, you know, I think the proof is in the pudding. You know, would you say that they're holding back, you know, to play when they break out? You know, they're hugely successful. I mean, I think they scored 4 goals twice or 3 times 3 goals in one game and 4 goals in 2 games. I mean, that's a pretty explosive team. And when you hold back, but you're able to do that, I think it's pretty productive.
Well, I mean, it's all by design. I just thought the way they bought into it, the Pogba, and of course I think the influence of Conte on N'Golo Conte on Pogba in midfield, huge. Mbappe, only 19 years of age, looks mature beyond his years. Matuidi working like an animal. Griezmann back defensively. I mean, we saw games where they had a line of 6 at the back, 4 in midfield, and 2 of the guys in midfield were their 2 strikers, Giroud and Griezmann. Who was the leader of this young team? I mean, you know, they're already on the air and around the world talking about, okay, France is going to probably has a great opportunity as a young team to repeat in Qatar in 4 years. I think Conte, by, you know, his work ethic was a leader. I think Pogba was a leader. Umtiti, Varane. I don't know if there was one singular one, but everybody bought in here. It was impressive.
Well, for me, the leader of the team is Paul Pogba. You know, people were giving him a little grief because he didn't have a goal. Well, you know, I think the first goal, the goal in the first game, which was ruled an own goal, I guess rightfully so, but that was his goal. And, you know, he by design tried to chip that ball over. It touched the crossbar. It maybe went off somebody before it did. But for me, the things that he did off of the ball, you know, didn't get assists, didn't get a lot of goals, got one today. But what he did off of the ball had this team rising up. And for me, he was the leader of this team.
When you say what he did off the ball, what did he do?
So, you know, he complimented N'Golo Kanté by helping win balls, and then, you know, his ability to knife passes into critical areas was, you know, huge. And, you know, he didn't always get the assist on goals, but he got the ball into areas where the goals kind of came from. And, you know, you could tell the players on that team looked to him as their leader.
First half, when Croatia was really controlling this game, and you know, we were all kind of sitting at a table over here watching the monitor going, wow, Mbappe's been kind of, you know, not involved in this game. And then all of a sudden he gets one ball and he gets to the end line and, you know, they almost score. And it just shows you how incredibly lethal this kid is at PSG and now with France. And who knows where he's going, potentially Real Madrid. But, you know, that to me just kind of woke me up because that threat just looms. It sits in the weeds. It's there constantly. And this is why the French can play the way they can. Because if they didn't have these breakout players, it's very difficult to play a lower block and defend that deep.
And to me, what strikes me is his discipline. Either it's his discipline or it's the players around him making sure. But he stays out wide. Even though he doesn't have a lot of the ball for a while, he stays in that position that when they do break out and the defense is reacting to the strong side, it's boom. It's sent across to the open side, and there they go. They're off and running.
713-780-3776. Are you falling into depression like I am now that the World Cup is over? 713-780-3776 to the phone lines. I believe that is Ali. Ali, what's on your mind?
Hey, one of my dudes just ran released and very happy. Very, very proud.
It's Olivier.
Oh, this is Olivier Finidori, the former member of the Houston Hotshots, who's from France. So let's get some French talk in, Olivier. Just what are you feeling as somebody right now that is French, and your country and your second country or your first country has won a second World Cup? How are you feeling?
Like I said, it's hard to be right. To be honest with you, the Croatians really made me suffer. I thought they really outplayed us today, and again, I'm really proud of the boys for sticking with the shot plan, and you had a great strategy that got us to that point and managed to get that championship. So very relieved.
Olivier, we were speaking about how Deschamps got everybody to buy into the way he wanted to play. That's no mean feat when you've got monstrous egos, multi-million-dollar players. I got to think that one guy that certainly is an incredible reflection to this team is N'Golo Kante, and simply as a man that seemingly is two men out there.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the reason probably why they were able to get over the top with the personalities. I mean, a bunch of really honest workers just wanting to go into the group first rather than themselves. They may be very successful and multi-millionaires, but they all have a pretty solid head on their shoulders. And like you said, Kante is the perfect example, but a youngster like Mbappe still reflects that same type of personality. To be as successful as he is, and he has not let it get to his head. And he's just, I don't know if everybody knows, but he has donated every single penny of his bonus to charity for every single step of the World Cup. He just wants to go out there. He's serious, he's professional, and he's all about the group, willing to defend what he plays up, and just wants to win.
Olivier Finidori joining us, was on the indoor team in the 90s, the Houston Hotshots that used to play at the Summit. He is French. He is also the technical director of Dynamo's youth soccer club out in the Cy-Fair area. So we appreciate you calling in, Olivier. Who else stands out to you to this team? Because you had a lot of heroes here. It was a collective effort. Pavard, Hernandez, the two outside backs were incredibly young. People at the beginning of the tournament were saying that might be an area people would get at France. In the end, these two guys have come through with flying colors. You got Olivier Giroud, who didn't score a goal, but provided a vital role as the tip of the spear for this team on the counterattack and occupied center backs. Take me into some of the guys that you think were unsung heroes. I know it's all of them, but maybe some of your favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I think you pretty much nailed it on the head with that. I don't think there's going to be one player that's really going to stick out of that group, because the way those guys work for one another, they really complemented each other very, very well. But like I said, the guys like Kante and Pogba, the work that they've done in the middle, Varane and City, even though he kind of scared me a couple of times. I mean, he had a great game today, and these guys are not always the ones that should notice. But the amount of work that they've done has just been absolutely, it's been unbelievable.
Is the story of this tournament, Olivier, the collective play of teams? Obviously this is a team that's got game changers. They scored goals today, Pogba, Griezmann, Mbappe. But was the story of this tournament overall nations and collective play bridging the gap of talent?
I believe so. I mean, if you look at Croatia, I think they really personifies like what you're saying exactly. It's the way those guys work, and yes, they have some really, really incredible players in key positions, but it's really the way that they complemented one another collectively. Both France and Croatia, the top two teams of the World Cup, I think, did that exactly. And I think Belgium, to some extent, was also right there with them. Collectively, they were very, very strong. So it's really great to see. It's great for the kids to watch that. You can have a Lionel Messi on the team. If you don't have 11 guys working on the same beat, you're not going to achieve the success that France and Croatia did.
Croatia, again, well over 60% of the possession on this day. Analytically, you're not going to look at analytics and say this quantifies a soccer game. I know a lot of people do that in this country, but we have to be careful doing that because analytics don't quantify. And frankly, today, France wanted the ball, but only wanted it at certain moments, and at certain moments that they were able to dictate by the way they played the game collectively. Luka Modric, I know he was voted the #1 player at this World Cup. just a fascinating player to watch, Olivier. You know, we remember that Croatia played an additional game because of all the extra time in the knockout stages. So, and they had one less day rest. I'm not making any excuses here, but I just was stunned at how sprite they looked, how fresh they looked in the opening 45 minutes, and how Modric sees things before anybody else on this soccer field.
No, he's just amazing. You've got to have him and N'Golo Kanté, but you know, I have to say I am so impressed with this Croatia team to do the amount of running, the games that they've been involved, to still have what it took in this final. I mean, honestly, I'll have to say that even though it's part of Deschamps' plan, I mean, Croatia, especially that first half, really outplayed France off the park, in my opinion. So you really have to put your hats up to those Croatians, the way they played, and then someone like Modric that's just basically the general out there. He's just amazing. It's just amazing to watch, and especially when you see how much ground he covers and how successful and positive everywhere he is. You know, he's always available and then really to make things happen, and the vision that he has. He's an amazing player. But the one thing I will say, though, man, is to again give another heads up to Deschamps, the French players. 2 years ago, I still have it, you know, stuck in the back of my throat. I felt that we really outplayed Portugal in the Euros. We played a really attractive type of game and very offensive, and we ended up losing it. And I think everybody's learned from that. And today we kind of allowed Croatia to come at us and defend it collectively and counter when it matters. And I'll take this one ahead of the manner that we lost one in the Euros 2 years ago.
4-2 winners today. The French Le Bleu are the World Cup champions for the second time. The first time they did it in 1998. Olivier, you want to stay on with us a little bit more through a commercial break and continue to talk with myself and Bill McDonald?
Absolutely.
Okay, so stay with us. We want to find out what a Frenchman does when his nation wins a World Cup today. So I'm wondering if you know, you got a case of Veuclicot, or you know what a Frenchman will do. So I'll give you this commercial break to think about what you're going to do to celebrate today. 713-780-3776 is the number to call in here. 713-780-3776. This first hour brought to you by the Texas Children's Hospital. A moment here for Texas Children's Hospital. I go down there a lot to visit some of the patients. My good friend at Nike, Joe Elsmore, sends me soccer balls. We visit the patients. It's an amazing place. Texas Children's Hospital. It's the largest pediatric cancer center in the country, so that's something for Houston to hang their hat on. They have over 190 physicians and scientists, 46 laboratories, 200 active clinical trials dedicated solely to childhood cancer and blood disorders. We just had a wonderful banquet where we brought over Alex Stepney, the former legendary Manchester United goal who won the European Cup. He was a goalkeeper. That was all fostered and procured by Tom Clare, the noted author. And we raised some funds for the 501c charity Curing Children's Cancer Fund. That's cccfund.org. We'll take a Texas Children's Hospital break here and think about a lot of those young people that are down there fighting pediatric cancer. We'll take a break. More to come here. Soccer Matters, ESPN 97.5 from the gorgeous Gael, 5555 Morningside Drive. How are you guys? Enjoy the final?
Hey, Glenn.
CultureMap.com to get the latest restaurant and bar news.
What's up?
We got 3 minutes, and I found a Liberty Kitchen and Bud Light commercial.
Okay.
Rock Bottom Golf has partnered with TaylorMade to give you the chance to win one for free. Visit Rock Bottom.
It's going to make the breaks a little longer.
That's fine.
TaylorMade M3 or M4 driver, along with other great prizes. Why pay big money for your golf gear? Visit rockbottomgolf.com/Houston today for your chance to win big. rockbottomgolf.com. Your first choice for the greatest deals in golf. Contest ends July 31st. See site for contest terms and conditions.
What's a big city type of day? A day of delicious food in a family fun environment with nonstop sports on big screens. At Big City Wings, chow down on mouth-watering items like wings and waffles, loaded baked potatoes, and fresh certified Angus beef burgers. Enjoy big deli specials like 2 for Tuesday wings, half-price appetizers Fridays 9 p.m. to close, plus unbeatable happy hours. It's the premier destination for all sports, including the World Cup. For up-to-date info, follow at Big City Wings on Facebook and Instagram. Order online at BigCityWings.com and make it a big city type of day.
Thinking about LASIK for years.
2 minutes.
It can be a life changer, and now there's never been a better time to see if LASIK is right for you. That's right. If you're looking for LASIK in Houston, Jaffe Custom
Okay, bro.
LASIK has advanced
Thank you,
custom
Yan.
laser technology.
Thank you, Yan.
And now for the best price, starting
Thank
at
you, bro.
just $295 per eye.
I put this on for years. It was over in seconds, and within 24 hours, I get better than 20/20 vision.
A beautiful facility, the latest technology. Jaffe LASIK changed my life.
Jaffe is your answer
All
for
right.
safe, pain-free, affordable LASIK. Jaffe LASIK can
Where's
correct
Victor?
nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism. And
Victor
now
here?
for the best price, starting at just $200.
Just realized we were on Facebook Live here with that camera right in front of us.
Get your 100% free LASIK exam to see if LASIK is right for you. Call and schedule your free LASIK exam. Just dial ***
That's
EYE
awesome.
on your mobile phone now. Dial *** EYE. The exam
That's
is
funny.
100% free. Just dial ***
I don't see Victor.
EYE
Oh,
on your
Victor.
mobile phone now. That's *** EYE. Dial *** EYE.
Quick reminder here, I speak as the host of Soccer Matters. Today I'm speaking on behalf of my favorite political party, the Bud Light Party. People say the country's divided. We disagree on everything.
60 seconds.
Agree on a lot, like puppy videos. Everybody loves puppy videos, 3-day weekends, free parking, margaritas. You know what else everybody loves? Beer. Nothing brings America together like Bud Light. Raise one right now. Join the Bud Light Party and myself on Wednesday nights for the best in soccer talk. And I always thank Bud Light for all their great support. My good friend Camilo Rojas over there for years upon years have supported Soccer Matters.
Raheel Ramzanali here. Thank you.
30.
To get rid of last year's junk, and that means the clunker that's in your driveway. Donate it now to the Texas Can Academy by going to HoustonParksForKids.org, filling out the form, and they'll be in touch with you. They'll let you know how much they can offer you.
Size T-shirt do you wear?
And if you donate today and mention ESPN,
I might have one outside
you get a $50 gift
when we get done.
You're helping out yourself, getting a fresh start for
It's good to see you. I just realized. Sorry. It's been a long 2 days.
This is a RentersWarehouse.com roadshow, live from the gorgeous Gael in Rice Village. This is Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5.
Live in 10.
The first hour of Soccer Matters is brought to you by Texas Children's Hospital. Here's Glenn Davis.
So tell me, Cameron, was that Warrant coming back? Was that Warrant?
I don't know. Cherry pie.
Yeah, I think it is. Check on that for me because I want to see if my rock and roll knowledge is good enough. I'm pining for a job as a DJ. 713-780-3776. 713-780-3776. We welcome you back here. First hour presented by the Texas Children's Hospital. We thank them very much for their support of Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5. And don't forget to thank everybody here at the Gorgeous Gael. TheGorgeousGael.com. They've been incredible hosts here for all our World Cup live shows. This is our 7th and final one out here. And our thanks to Peter Kingston and company for everything they've done here. 5555 Morningside Drive. If you've never been here, come on out. We're talking France winning the World Cup today against Croatia, capping an amazing World Cup. We've got Frenchman and former Houston hotshot, the indoor professional team here in Houston, Olivier Finadori on the phone line, so he's a very happy man. We've got Bill McDonald of Straight Jesuit College Preparatory, who's won over 500 games in Texas high school soccer, was a former professional soccer player from the 80s. So, Olivier, I gave you a lot of time to contemplate that question. What does a Frenchman do after France wins the World Cup here today? You're the kings of the world right now.
Celebrating and probably going to get me maybe a little coconut here in a little while and open that bottle and just celebrate with style hopefully.
All right, stay with us here. I want to go to Bill McDonald real fast. What I thought was pretty incredible, and by the way, my producer Cameron just said, yes, it is Warrant. You are a genius, Glenn Davis. You know your rock and roll. Thank you, Cameron, for that. You notice how I added a little bit to that story there? It's like the fish that goes from 16 inches to 24. What I was impressed with, 4-1, right? We're thinking about Croatia here, the prideful way they go out, the amount of extra time they had to play in all these knockout stages to get to this final. And at 4-1, you're going, okay, they're going to stop running. They're done. And they don't. I mean, I found it remarkable, not only their fitness level, but their mental strength in this World Cup.
Well, I wasn't surprised by that. You saw it in the semifinal against Belgium, where Belgium had a great team at this World Cup. easily could have been playing today. And, I looked at somebody I was watching the game with at about 58 minutes and said, these teams are dead. These teams are tired. These teams are beat. And all of a sudden, Croatia and Modric and Rebic, and they just rose above and just went to another gear. And so, I wasn't surprised by seeing that today. They were never going to give up.
713-780-3776. Join the fray here. Bill McDonald, Olivier Finidori. So, Olivier, FIFA Young Player Award for this tournament goes to the 19-year-old Kylian Mbappe. How about a word or two on him and sort of that maturity beyond years that he sort of exudes?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I mentioned before, he's really an amazing young man, and the fact that he's been able to just keep such a solid head on his shoulder, I think he's got some really, really good guidance. I mean, at the end of the day, he's just a really, really good kid, and he's very serious, and he knows this is just the beginning, and he hasn't let any success get to his head, and also all the big money that he's getting right now. And he's always the first one to want to go to bed, whether it's with PSG or whether it's with the French team. He actually gets in arguments with some of his teammates, but they're too noisy because he wants to get some rest and go to sleep and get ready for the next day to practice or for the next game. He just has such a hunger to go and get better and the desire to win that just, we're just getting started with it like that.
713-780-3776. Former Major League Soccer player Eric Quill saying it was a weird final. 2 fluky first goals for France, the Lloris era, etc. Croatia were the better team until the first goal by far. 713-780-3776. 713-803-3776. You agree with Eric?
I do agree with Eric, and I'm going to make my friend Oli cringe, but, I said this a little bit earlier. Kind of wish, the first free kick was probably not a foul, and that led to the deflection off Mandzukic into the goal. Obviously, Griezmann put the ball in a dangerous place, and that was a great free kick. But, I would have liked to see the game play out without, that goal, the own goal, and the penalty kick. I mean, certainly was the right call for the penalty kick, but, he was so close to Mbappe, or I think it was Mbappe that just missed the header, that there was no way that he could react, and his arm was away from the body. So I think it was the right call, but I would have loved to see these teams go at each other without those two. Sorry, Oli.
Yeah, Olivier, you got the shot there from Bill McDonald. But look, the bottom line is that good fortune plays a part in any team that wins a World Cup. If we look back in history, it has played a part for every team that has won the World Cup, and it was something that had to be dealt with today. Croatia responded beautifully, got a quick goal from Perisic. It was a tremendous response. But in the end, again, the timeliness of the goals, Griezmann, the penalty, I think VAR was an important part of this World Cup. It did reverse a lot of decisions in a correct manner. It's hard to argue that wasn't a penalty. I mean, he looked at it and he made the decision. So it was a success, I think.
I think definitely a success. It was used a lot. There may have been a time or two where people thought maybe they would use it a little in that situation, and they didn't go to it. But overall, I think it's been a huge success, and the timing was such that we weren't on a major delay. And ultimately, I think people felt we got the right call in the end. So that's what it's been instituted for.
All right, the golden ball goes to Luka Modric, the silver ball to Eden Hazard, the bronze ball to Antoine Griezmann, the golden boot goes to Harry Kane with 6 goals, golden glove goes to Thibaut Courtois of Belgium, and the fair play award goes to Spain, guys. So there you go. You didn't go without an award here at this World Cup, so we just wanted to let you know that. Mbappe, the second teenager to score in a World Cup final, of course, in 1958, it was the great Pelé who did. What else today, before we let you go, Olivier, sticks out to you about this final, outside of the fact that you got the result you wanted for France?
I'm sorry, man, I didn't hear you.
What else sticks out in this final to you outside of the result that you got today on this momentous day? You know, what else sticks out to you from the way France won this?
Again, I mean, like I said earlier, it's, out of all the games that I know, as a French person, I'll tell you, I have the heartache of 1982 when we should have beat Germany and they managed to get back in overtime and beat us in the shootout. And 2006 where they do headbutt Materazzi and we lose in the shootout. So I've been crushed so many times, so many tears, and the last Euro for this one here was probably not the prettiest of the French display you've seen, but just the great to get out there and get the result. I know 10 years from now we'll know that France were world champions today. So, but I have to say that once more, I'm going to give my hats up to Croatia. They have blown my mind. I know Billy Mack pointed that also, just the fact that guys are just relentless. So I think it was a great final. I also agree with Mack that I wish there would have not been controversy. But it is football. That's just the way it goes. Every now and again, that's going to happen. But I think it's been a beautiful World Cup. It's been exciting, and it's going to be once I get it down from this high for winning the World Cup. The next couple of weeks are going to be pretty depressing. That we're not going to be able to mark those great games. But it's been a brilliant World Cup, and I think it was a great, exciting final.
Olivier, thank you very much. That's Olivier Finidori. He's French. He was a member of the Houston Hotshots indoor team in the Continental Indoor Soccer League that used to play over at the Summit and now heads up as the technical director. Cy-Fair Dynamos out in that part of town. They do a wonderful job. By the way, they also help us out with doing a cancer event there where they do a clinic and all the proceeds go to the 501c charity, the Curing Children's Cancer Fund. So we thank the Dynamo Soccer Club for all their support. And we also thank the Texas Children's Hospital for the presenting sponsorship of this first hour, largest pediatric cancer center in the country. Over 190 physicians, scientists, 46 laboratories, 200 active clinical trials dedicated solely to childhood cancer and blood disorder, and hundreds of children are diagnosed every year at the Texas Children's Hospital. So it's their mission down there to provide the best possible care for every patient. So amazing place, been down there a lot, and we do thank them for their presenting sponsorship. We'll take a break here. Soccer Matters, ESPN 97.5. We're live out here at the gorgeous Gael 5555 Morningside Drive, and prideful exit for Croatia, and France do it the Champs way today. We'll take a break. 713-780-3776. How you doing?
Hey, Glenn, I have a Liberty Kitchen commercial I found coming up.
Okay, and there should be FM, there should be BMW. Please find them, Cameron, okay, buddy? Sorry to press you on this, but this is an extra show, but I also wanted to make sure that my sponsors got rewarded.
Yeah, I found Bud Light and played that last commercial. I'll keep looking for the BMW one.
Yeah, Bud Light, BMW,
Actually, no,
FM
BMW's
Kitchen.
coming up, too.
Okay, and you got FM Kitchen as well, right?
Still looking for that one.
Okay.
16-inch and 18-inch sets start just $2.99%. 20-inch tires start at $3.99%. Mike and Tammy Gus at American Wheel and Tire are my personal friends. They're
I like the Croatia jerseys.
value by a long shot. Go to AmericanWheelAndTire.com or call them up at 713-682-1085 and let them save you money.
Those jerseys they have, that was an artist, famous Croatian artist did that. That became their national symbol, the checkerboard.
For a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team.
Peter, nice job. Nice job. He's running away because he's afraid I'm going to ask him to come on the radio.
My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the Houston area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. Houston is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Dan's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Dan's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
Hey, Cameron, make sure you find the FM Kitchen. Okay, buddy?
Yeah, still looking for it.
Okay, I need that twice. Under players. Oh, by the way, we got more radio tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
1 minute.
Now, I've driven a BMW for years. In fact, I've leased and bought from Advantage numerous times. I love the drive of the BMW. It's like no other. I
Is this from the finals? Oh, wow.
Love it. After all, it is the ultimate driving machine. The other thing I love at Advantage BMW is the customer service. It is second to none. Advantage BMW has you covered. Sales, service, and finance. Get that hometown advantage. AdvantageBMWHouston.com. Proud sponsors of Soccer Matters.
Hey guys, Lance Zerline here, and I want to talk about Men's T Clinic, but you've heard me talk about the great benefits of getting tested so that you know where your testosterone level is, and the benefits of actually getting the treatment so that you get back to where you used to be. And great news. There's another local.
Got about 30 seconds.
All right, Cameron. Yeah, keep
And,
looking for
I
that
found
FM.
I found it.
Oh, beautiful. I need 2 of those popped in before we get done. And this is second hour, right, Daspit? This should be second hour Daspit.
Okay.
There should be an intro for them.
Go ahead and turn your mic on, and we'll go live in about 15.
Okay, and then look for the Daspit Law second hour presenting intro. Okay?
Okay, I'll play the Gael's one, and then I'll go look for that one.
You got it. Oh, yeah, no. Keep doing the Gael. Yeah, you got to do the Gael.
This is a RentersWarehouse.com roadshow. Live from the gorgeous Gael in Rice Village. This is Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5.
And on ESPN975.com.
The second hour of Soccer Matters is brought to you by the Daspit Law Firm, DaspitLaw.com. Here's Glenn Davis.
We're live out here at the gorgeous Gael 5555 Morningside Drive. This is our 7th and final live show during this World Cup. We started on June 30th. We have done it out here in a wonderful Soccer Matters style, thanks to the gorgeous Gael and Peter. 5555 Morningside Drive. Now, by the way, the good fun doesn't end here when it comes to watching soccer matches. Throughout the Premier League, whatever, Spanish La Liga, it doesn't matter. You come out here, and this is the home also of the Liverpool supporters group. So if you came out to the gorgeous Gael for the first time, come back. It's a great place, and you can tell the hospitality and customer service here is second to none. Gorgeous Gael, 5555 Morningside Drive, great Irish pub in West University. It's in Rice Village. And if you go to the website, thegorgeousgael.com, and we thank them very much for all the support they've given us here at ESPN 97.5 out here. We do have some goodies up here still, if anybody is interested in them. We had some Soccer Matters swag. I don't know if we've given all the tickets away, but we do have some Dynamo and FC Dallas tickets as well. Quick word here for John Daspit and the Daspit Law Firm. Their personal injury attorneys are going to bring you a personalized approach. DaspitLaw.com, 713-322-HURT. They're bilingual. Nobody wants to get in an accident, car, motorcycle, industrial, but you do have to have representation. The Daspit Law Firm is going to cover you. They work 24/7 nights and weekends. Get the representation you need at the Daspit Law Firm, DaspitLaw.com. We come back with Bill McDonald, straight Jesuit college preparatory, former professional soccer player. How about overall this World Cup? Let's just talk about some of the things that stood out to you most in this World Cup. And we'll take your phone calls as well, 713-780-3776.
I think this, besides everybody, I think being in agreement that this is one of the most exciting World Cups ever, and the most exciting since we've had broadcast television. But there were so many things that kind of came out of the blue. I mean, Japan had some fantastic performances. Switzerland, Sweden meeting in the round of 16 or the quarterfinals. I mean, there's so many things that you just did not expect that rose up at this World Cup and made it exciting. And I think that, obviously you're hardcore soccer fans. We're going to love this World Cup. If you were a casual fan getting pulled into this World Cup, you had to be hooked on so many different things.
Yeah, how about mainstream media? Is there anybody out there in mainstream that wants to, not only mainstream media, but I mean mainstream sports fans did you get hooked on this World Cup because of all the late goals? In the group stages, 30 goals scored from the 80th minute on, 20 goals from the 90th minute on, 16 goals in stoppage time. You had penalty kicks, which obviously people like that. I'm not necessarily a big fan of penalty kicks deciding games. But, you know, were you just a mainstream sports fan, or maybe you like baseball, basketball, or football more, and did this World Cup hook you? 713-780-3776. We'll also take your calls overall on the World Cup. Did you buy? I didn't buy the whole thing in Houston that, you know, because the U.S. wasn't in it, this became less popular. I mean, I think everybody just jumped on the wagon and just said, look, we want to see good World Cup games. Some people adopted other teams, their heritage, their backgrounds. You know, I know you, you know, your background.
4 minutes.
So,
no,
what is your background, by the way? You need
Irish and German. Irish and German.
Well, they love you here at the Gorgeous Gael because the boys who run this place are all Irish, so they love you here. Did they hear that? They should be bringing over a free beer for Bill McDonald. He's an Irishman.
My attitude going into the Cup, Glenn, was that, you know, obviously the United States is not here, and that's disappointing, but the World Cup is the World Cup, and I was excited from moment one, the opening game, and you know, that's what it proved to be, is, you know, so much excitement and different games that kind of pulled you in and didn't let you leave it, and brought you back for the next game. So I would have to think that anybody who was not a big-time World Cup fan, that just was a casual fan, you know, got pulled in.
713-780-3776. We want to hear from you. 713-780-3776. By the way, Russia started it off in style. Many people said that they weren't going to get out of the group. Turn around them. They had lost a bunch of games heading into this World Cup, and the opening game against Saudi Arabia, they stuck in a bunch of goals. Cameron, you got a caller? Oh, what did he say? Nope. 2 minutes. Sorry. 2 minutes. So, you know, credit Russia, the host nation. You want them in it a while to kind of keep the party going, and they did that.
Yeah, they did it. They did it in an exciting way, and their country rallied around them. You know, they lead up to the World Cup, their record was very, very poor. They had no wins since, I think, last fall in 2017.
Brought a 39-year-old defender, Ignashevich, back, who hadn't played for the national team in like 5 years.
Yeah, and they got picked up by Cherasov, scoring in the first game and scoring throughout the tournament. What an exciting player. So many other players, you know, just rose above and were, you know, alive in the moment for their country. And I think overall, when you look back at this as a whole World Cup, you have to say that Russia, as a team and as a country, stepped up.
Remarkably, go all the way to the quarterfinals, and man, they had some incredible battling spirit as well. All right, we're about to take another break here. I want to thank Bill McDonald, Strake Jesuit College Preparatory, for coming out. Thanks for sitting in here and volleying around a couple of questions. And we thank you for that. Continued success at Strake Jesuit with all your coaching, and keep amassing those wins. You're over 500 now, so we appreciate that.
Glad to do it, Glenn.
All right, Bill McDonald, Strake Jesuit Preparatory, played professional soccer here for the Houston Dynamos in the 80s, way back. And, of course, both Bill and I have seen the sport rise to great heights here with all the infrastructure and facilities here, including BBVA Compass Stadium, and the return of professional soccer player with the Houston Dynamo, who last night drew 0-0, 0-0 with the Colorado Rapids. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got more to come here. This first hour has been presented by the Texas Children's Hospital. Second hour by John Daspit and the Daspit Law Firm. We're at 5555 Morningside Drive, Rice Village. Aaron's out here. Aaron thinks the French national team is going to win a second World Cup in 4 years because of their youth. So pretty incredible. I'm not going to count them out. We'll take a break.
Hey, Glenn, I got a FM kitchen in the next break.
Beautiful. Make sure we get 2 of those in before we're done tonight. Okay, Cameron?
Gotcha.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
What do you got today?
Hey, Texas, want incredible deals on more than 400 varieties of high-quality floors? Then see the flooring experts at Lumber Liquidators before Tuesday, and you'll save an amount equal to the sales tax rate. We've got the latest
3 minutes.
Pre-finished hardwood, bamboo, laminate, wood-look waterproof flooring, and more, starting at just 58 cents. Plus, save the tax. But only until Tuesday. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you. Valid in Texas locations only, July 11th to July 17th, 2018.
Raheel Ramsnali here, and it's time to get rid of last year's junk, and that means the clunker that's in your driveway. Donate it now to the mention ESPN 97.5, you get a $50 gift card. You're helping out the kids. You're helping out yourself, getting a fresh start for 2018. Texas Can Academies, right off the car. That was great.
Is another financial crisis coming? Analysts say yes, and many say it'll be much, much worse. Your IRA or 401k could suffer major losses. How do you protect yourself? Consider cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin has seen over 700% gains in 2017 alone, even with the recent downturn.
Hey, Cameron, can you also, I sent you that number for Kofi Sarkodie, who plays in Sweden, for Trollborg. Can you try to call him now?
Yeah, you want to get him on this segment?
Yeah, let's get him on. Yep.
Okay, I'll call him.
I mean, we got 45 minutes to go, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Okay, and we got 90 seconds, and I'll call him.
Beautiful. Thank you. Got to go, Billy?
Get ready to ride the biggest financial wave in history. You don't need to be an expert. Simply call crypto-based IRA to get started. Call now, 800-253-1200. 800-253-1200. 800-253-1200.
Hey, everybody, John Bernard here for Absolute Marble and Granite. It's a great time to
trainer for Dynamo when I made
way you have to work on the house. You'll never be able to resell it unless you update with Absolute Marble and Granite. Need new countertops? Easy. Vanity? Okay. Fireplace, outdoor patio, outdoor kitchen. This is just some of the stuff that Jeff Perinoff does every single day.
Man, that's right. I got a show tomorrow night, too.
20% off because you're a 97.5 listener.
Going to roll. Hi, ladies. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Hey, y'all, it's Beth from Darling Way. I'm your host for Love and Laughter with Beth, where we get real about mating, dating, sex, and marriage. Join us every Saturday night at 10 p.m. or after whatever game is on, right here on ESPN 97.5.
We got about 30 seconds, and I got Kofi on hold.
Beautiful. You got through to him? It's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice and easy, huh?
Think of it as modern American comfort food.
Easy peasy.
Well, you know, I was just wondering because there's no country code, you know?
Oysters on the half shell,
But
grilled
I wonder if we called him through WhatsApp or
Liberty
something.
Kitchen's signature cocktails plus.
Yeah, it rang once, and it went right to him.
That's awesome.
Liberty Kitchen is a regular stop. Liberty Kitchen.
Hey, so here's what I want you to do. Can you come back and can we go through all the goals in order? Are you capable of doing that, or?
You want it the next segment?
Okay, we'll do it next segment. We're going to do it, and what I'll do is I'll bridge each goal call, okay? With a little commentary, okay?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll do that next segment. Thank you, Cameron.
But go ahead and mic you up and play the rejoin.
Okay. Get jiggy with it.
This is a RentersWarehouse.com roadshow. Live from the gorgeous Gael in Rice Village. This is Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5.
And on ESPN975.com.
The second hour of Soccer Matters is brought to you by the Daspit Law Firm, DaspitLaw.com. Here's Glenn Davis.
We are having a great time out here at the gorgeous Gael 5555 Morningside Drive. What hosts they have been here during the World Cup. Hope you've enjoyed your time out here. This place absolutely packed for this World Cup final. It has been packed on weekends all throughout the World Cup, and we thank Peter and everybody here at 5555 Morningside Drive. Food is excellent. Great selection of whiskey offerings, beer. You name it, they have it here. They got a nice patio outside, and everywhere you look, there's a monitor, so you didn't have a problem seeing the World Cup. And, of course, they've got the big screen here today. We had French fans in here. We had a lot of the great Croatian fans in here today that were very prideful with their team. And we thank, again, everybody here at the gorgeous Gael 5555 Morningside Drive for being such wonderful hosts. Also, a big thanks to our friends down at the King's Court. Down in Edo, they've had some great crowds down there, and also out at FM Kitchen and Bar on Shepherd near Washington, and we appreciate their support, Ryan out there, and of course Jay down at King's Court. So it's been so invigorating to see all these different bars and pubs filled with soccer fans in Houston, and we got to take stock in the fact that we've got soccer fans from all over the world here, and we are an incredibly diverse soccer city. We did see that the combined bid of the United States, Mexico, and Canada was awarded for 2026. So that puts Houston in real good stead that we all could be one day watching World Cup games right here in Houston, Texas. So keep that in mind. That's a ways away, but you know, that's 8 years, but something to think about. Can you imagine leaving your house in Sugar Land or the Woodlands or downtown Houston or Midtown or over in Rice Village here or wherever and driving and thinking you're going to watch a World Cup game in Houston, Texas? Pretty nice thing to envision. Great friend of Soccer Matters, ESPN 97.5, former defender for the Houston Dynamo. You remember him, Kofi Sarkodie, recently signed in Sweden at Trelleborg, and I think I'm saying that correctly. We've got Kofi on the line in Sweden right now. Kofi, thank you very much for coming on the show. Congratulations on your new club.
Hey, thanks, Glenn. Thanks for having me. It's been a while, and I'm glad to be back. And shout out to all the fans and everyone at the station. Hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah, tell us, and I want to educate them before we get into World Cup final talk here. That's what we're going to do. I want you to just talk about your club and now playing in Sweden in the top division and this segment of your career now.
Yeah, great, Glenn. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great situation here with the club. They just moved into the Allsvenskan, which is the top league in Sweden this year. So it's a great opportunity here, and everyone's fighting for the next half of the year to stay up in the top division and keep building for next year. And the country right now is pretty excited, I think, around just because how well Sweden did this year in the World Cup. So there seems to be a pretty cool buzz around here just in terms of soccer in general. Yeah,
I was going to say, it's got to be a really interesting time in Sweden because of the success of the national team, and that's good for all of Swedish football, including you over there. What do you anticipate is maybe a little bit different in Swedish football as in comparison to Major League Soccer?
I think I'm still kind of adjusting now, but I think just the culture and the way they go about the game, the way they go about football on TV is a little bit different in Sweden here and then in the U.S. I think there's just more of a Euro mentality in terms of just kind of from top to bottom, from training to just the day-to-day thing. That's a little bit different than in the States. So I'm kind of adjusting now and and getting used to things here, but I'm enjoying it. I think they bring definitely a different or a very intense level of professionalism. I think that's kind of driven from the culture. Everybody here, I think, just like throughout Europe, football or soccer is the top sport here, so it's a big difference than in the States.
Kofi Sarkodie just signing in Sweden with Trelleborg. And am I saying that correctly, Kofi? Because I want to make sure I'm mentioning it. It's close.
That's pretty good.
It's anglicized, right? Let's kill these American commentators, right?
It's good.
He's Kofi Sarkodie. So let's talk about the World Cup final and just get initially some of your thoughts. Obviously, France wins it for the second time. Croatia goes out very pridefully, had an amazing tournament of resilience. Just some of your thoughts on this World Cup final and what really jumps out in your mind, Kofi.
Yeah, I know we talked a couple of days back and we were talking about the final, and I was saying, I think France is gonna win, but they need to be up at least by 2 goals because the spirit of Croatia that they've shown the last 3 games, the just drive and the fight and the equalizers. I thought that if France was in the game only 1 up, that it could be a whole different story. Just that Croatia fight. I thought the game was pretty. There wasn't as much of a rhythm, I think, throughout the match. There was 2 set pieces in the beginning that kept France moving. And then after they scored the 3rd goal, I think it was going to be tough for Croatia to get back in it. But they were fantastic all tournament. Modric the guy's a magician in the midfield. They were so fun to watch. And I think France deserved it on the day.
Yeah, they get 2 goals in 6 minutes in the second half from Pogba and Mbappe, and kind of put it out of reach at that point. Those superstars stepping up. But I think what stood out to me also, Kofi, was the fact that even at 4-1, Croatia never gave up. Never gave up. Yeah, and that to me was impressive. And they pulled a goal back, and you're thinking, all right, there's a couple minutes left. If they get a 3rd here and it's 4-3, it might make it interesting. But, they're never say die attitude. If there was a time to die at 4-1, you thought they might have, and they never did. And, boy, they go out pridefully to a very good France.
Yeah, I think you got to love that. I think the really cool thing about that was if you look at the guys on Croatia's team that are working the hardest, it's their top players that are at top clubs. You know what I mean? Like on the 2nd goal, Modric, they're the ones that are leading the line, And I think that really, really needs it. When you have those guys that play in the club, in the Lions, still fighting even though it's 4-1, I think it shows a big character of the Croatians and how well they are as footballers, or how good they are as footballers, and how well they work together as a team.
Yeah, they were very, very impressive. 713-780-3776 if you want to talk to Kofi. All right, I want to take you through outside backs because you're an outside back. You go box to box. Hernandez and Pavard for France. How about their day today in the World Cup final?
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. Pavard started off a little slow in the beginning. I think he was still kind of getting into it, but I think one thing that stood out for me was he works well with Mbappe. They balance each other well, and he's a good kind of he's not a full-out attacking outside back, but he gives Mbappe enough balance so like he has the freedom.
3 minutes.
Feel like he can go where he wants to go, make the runs he wants to make. And I think that's a great balance. And on the opposite side, he was solid. He was fighting all game. He was battling all game. He was a big part. I think that was the fourth goal. Maybe it was the third or fourth goal with Mbappe where he slid it in. He made the run. Curves around the corner. He's going 2v1. Beats one defender. He's still dribbling. He's still pushing the play. Straight puts in a nice ball in the middle of the field, and then Mbappe does the rest. So I thought both of them actually had really solid games. Really, yeah, they were both really solid all game.
And solid tournaments, no question. How about quickly to Croatia, Vrsaljko, who, I mean, and Strinic, these guys are absolute warriors.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, they fought the whole game. That was one thing for me that was great. They just kept fighting. They kept fighting. They're in battles. They're in tackles. It doesn't matter what the scoreline is. They're still sprinting up and down. They're still getting services in, and that's what I think every coach is what you want from your outside back.
No question about it. Kofi, can you stay on during a quick commercial break here, do you think?
2 minutes.
Can you chat a little bit more? Do you have time? All right, so Kofi Sarkodie is going to stay with us. Former Houston Dynamo, now playing in Sweden in the first division in Sweden. Real good news for him. We're glad he's plying his trade in Europe. We'll come back. We'll talk about some of the awards that were won. We'll go into Luka Modric a little bit more with Kofi. We'll take your phone calls, too, at 713-780-3776. We're at 5555 Morningside Drive. It is the gorgeous Gael. It's been an incredible spot. A lot of fun hanging out here and getting to know people during this World Cup. But just a reminder, I will be on the air again tomorrow night from 7 to 9, so we'll continue to break down the World Cup. We'll go even deeper tomorrow night. And looking forward to getting phone calls from you. We'll give tickets away. We got a bunch of things to do tomorrow night as we continue the fun. But we still have another half hour here at the gorgeous Gael, 5555 Morningside Drive. Let's take a break, a Bud Light break. We're back with more.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses right here in Houston? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the Houston area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. Houston is a perfect market for my system.
Okay, Glenn, what did you want to do about these goals?
2-hour educational.
Okay, so when I come back, I'll just lead into each one. I'll go 18th minute, 28th, 38th, 59th, 65th, and 69th. And I'll say it started like this for France today. Not in great fashion for Croatia on the own goal. You run the sound, right? I'll make a comment about it. I'll lead you into the 28th minute goal from Perisic, okay? And we'll just go we'll go in chronological. We'll go in order through all 6 goals. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Nice.
Glenn Davis here, host of Soccer Matters for FM Kitchen and Bar. It's located 1 block north of Washington on Shepherd. Now hit up FM Kitchen and Bar this summer to watch the World Cup from Russia on 13 indoor and outdoor monitors. FM Kitchen and Bar has amazing.
Hey, Victor.
Chicken sandwiches.
Did we post anything on the page about get your thoughts in on France? And you did already on Facebook?
FM Kitchen and Bar.
Okay, I'll go there and see if there's any reaction. And then last segment, you come on here with me, okay? So do we have 2 segments to go or 1?
No, we have 2 left.
2 left, okay. So we'll do 1 more with Kofi. I like your jersey. That's tight. What's that? Not sure who I have on. I haven't booked in my guest yet. I'm going to make some phone calls tonight.
Or at delfriscos.com.
So did I.
Glendale's here for Liberty Kitchen Restaurants. They specialize in modern comfort food with Gulf Coast influence. Now, some of my favorites over there, hot smoked
I'll see you at the station. For sure. I can bring the T-shirt then, too.
And the bacon jam, by the way, is
what
to
size
die
are you?
for. They've also got
Medium.
aged meat, deviled eggs,
Okay.
and fried goat.
Gotcha.
Raw bar as well. 3 locations, so you can catch it at River Oaks, Memorial City, or the Heights. Happy hour 6 days of the week. Plus, Liberty Kitchen is the best spot for brunch. Liberty
2 minutes.
Got it.
You've been thinking about LASIK for years.
Oh, man. I just got this thing all messed up.
There's never been a better time to see if LASIK is right for you. That's right. If you're looking for LASIK in Houston, Jaffe Custom
Gorgeous
LASIK has
Gael.
advanced custom laser technology.
Free Wi-Fi. There it is.
Starting at just $295 per eye.
I put this on for years. It was over in seconds, and within 24
Oh,
hours,
man.
better than 20/20 vision.
A beautiful facility, the latest technology. Jaffe LASIK changed my life.
Thank you, Aaron, for being here. It's fun to see you.
Free affordable LASIK. Jaffe LASIK can correct
Let's see if I can get this.
He is a beautiful man.
Who is? Oh, Aaron?
Aaron.
I'll let him know that you said that.
Such a gentle soul.
I think he heard that. He is a gentleman. He was a soccer player.
Just dial **I on your mobile phone now. Dial **EYE. The exam is 100% free. Just dial **I on your mobile phone now. That's
1 minute.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to do 1 read, and then I'll get you into that, okay? Then I'll get you into the goals.
Savings never stop at Gulfgate. Save more during the summer clearance event at Gulfgate Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Gulfgate is your savings headquarters Monday through Friday and every Sunday. Save over 10 grand on a 2018 Ram 1500, just $20,975. Lease a new 2018 Jeep Wrangler from $259 per month. Gulfgate has the largest Ram inventory in the loop, and our new state-of-the-art service center is now open with twice the size to service twice the vehicles by certified technicians. Hurry to Gulfgate Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram during the Jeep Celebration event. 610 South Loop East and Gulf Freeway, and always online at GulfgateDodge.com.
Ram 1500 stock number 852076. MSRP 13,540. 7,750 rebates plus 3,995.
Got about 30 seconds.
Copy that.
Jeep Wrangler stock number 852076. $259 a month for 36 months. 10,081 miles. 3,995 to inside. Offers expire 7/31/18.
Come on.
Okay, I'm going to play the intro and then go ahead and pod you up.
You got it. And then get ready. After my read, I'm going to take you into all the goals. We just want the quick goal call. We don't want a lot of analysis or any of that.
Okay.
And we're going to fly through them. Nice job, Cameron.
RentersWarehouse.com roadshow. Live from the gorgeous Gael in Rice Village. This is Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5.
And on ESPN975.com.
Okay, mic's hot.
Matters is brought to you by the Daspit Law Firm, DaspitLaw.com. Here's Glenn Davis.
All right, our thanks to John Daspit, the Daspit Law Firm. We're at 5555 Morningside Drive. We got Kofi Sarkodie on the line. We're going to get back to him in Sweden in a second to continue our discussion of France winning the World Cup final. Quick word here for Tranquility Home Systems. They'll get you a free quote. They'll get you on your way to theater installation. Now, why deny yourself that home theater setup that you want? THS, 20 years of experience. They'll get you the latest 4K video technology. Call my friend Jesse. I'm going to give you his personal phone number. 281-506-7822. 281-506-7822. Check it out at www.ths3inc.com, and they do it all. Jesse, 281-506-7822. Tranquility Home Systems, ths3inc.com. Starts out in good fashion for France. They get some good fortune here. 18th minute, the own goal comes off Mandzukic of Croatia. Makes it 1-1. Croatian hopes rise. On 38th minute, they go to the video assistant, which has been a big part of the World Cup. Griezmann from the penalty spot. Two to 1 at the half. We go into the second half. 59th minute, Paul Pogba emerges to make it 3-1. Fifth minute, Mbappe would put this out of reach, making it 4-1. And at that point, it's 4-1, but Croatia never gives up. They get a consolation from Mandzukic to make it a 4-2 final. That interesting. In the end, France winning the World Cup 4-2. We welcome back Kofi Sarkodie. Kofi, thank you for your patience and waiting through that. That segment there of 6 minutes with Pogba and Mbappe, how about the killer instinct from France and just how kind of ruthless they were in that period to really put the game out of reach?
Yeah, I remember we talked about that. For them, I feel like for them to really, win the final, they were going to have to stay on top of Croatia because Croatia, they've just been fighting all tournament. And I think for the teams that they played before, they are the longer they're in the game and it's close, that belief for Croatia is still there, and they're able to stay in there and get the victories. And France did a great job to keep attacking. I think they have such a good their front five is really good, and they work really hard defensively, and their counterattack has been lethal all tournament.
Yeah, and as you know, I make a big deal of this sometimes, but we are such a statistic-oriented society here in the States, and there's so many analytical tools that are available, but analytics don't always quantify things. And I mean, Croatia had such dominant possession; they had 548 passes to 269. But at the end of the day, this is the way the French wanted to play. This kind of under Deschamps just came out perfectly the way they wanted to handle this. They got timely goals, they were dangerous on the counter, and they absorbed.
Yeah. They were like, I think they were really well balanced. I think that's probably, when I was watching the game, the first thing I thought was like, man, these guys are well balanced and they're all bought in. I mean, you have Giroud, you have Griezmann back within the midfield and springing from the midfield to then go into the attack. They're driving back in to defend. Giroud was running. There was a play where, I think the Croatians had the ball, and Giroud's chasing 3 or 4 of them by himself, just running around. They're all working really hard. And then, boom, like you saw with when Pogba started, that was a great ball by him from the midfield all the way to Mbappe, and they just, boom, they counterattack so quick, and then before you know it, you're down 3-1, 4-1.
Boy, and they've got the athleticism to do it, too. It's one thing to defend deep. It's another to be dangerous on the counter because you do have to be incredibly athletic and throw in incredible technical ability and brains with Griezmann, Pogba, and Mbappe. Got this interesting one coming in on Facebook, Soccer Matters, Kofi. Kofi Sarkodie joining us, former Dynamo defender, now playing in Sweden, Trelleborg, in the Swedish First Division, the top league over there. James says, when you're able to leave Laporte, Payet, Benzema, Lacazette, and Martial all at home, you know you're comfortably going into a World Cup tournament as one of the favorites. They deserved it. That's incredible, the names that did not go to this World Cup.
That's true. That's how deep they.
Yeah.
I mean, they got fantastic players. That's a great message that he's saying.
When I'm sitting here looking at these names, and I'm thinking, if Deschamps doesn't win the World Cup final, you realize how many people are sharpening their knives, saying Lacazette should have been there, Martial should have been there, Benzema. You know how that goes, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's like a catch-22. He has so many good players, so if they go and do well, then he's like, oh, he's a genius, look what he's done. If they do bad, everyone's saying, well, why didn't this player go? We could have used this player. So it's credit to him, credit to the team.
Kofi, let's give you 40 seconds here. Just sum up some of the other things that jumped out of you about this World Cup in Russia.
It was an interesting World Cup. I think it was neat to see. I enjoyed some of the games, like Japan-Belgium game was fun. There was a couple games that in some countries that surprised me that came out and played some football. Peru was out there moving and working and showing some exciting games. So overall, I thought it was great. Of course, the big storylines was some of the teams that exited so early. But I think that also reflects maybe a bit of the game overall in the world. Everyone's starting to kind of play on equal level or been able to find, maybe it's better to say, all these teams in the world are able to find ways to win now. So it's becoming a little more difficult and less dominant from the bigger countries.
Kofi, listen, thank you very much. I know you're up late over in Sweden and Europe. We want to wish you the best of luck in your career with your new team now. And we're going to keep a good track of you, and we'll get you on the show frequently to get updated with what you're doing in Sweden with your new team.
Glenn, that'd be great. You're always awesome. The show's awesome. All the Houston Dynamo fans, I miss all of y'all. Always great to me, and I look forward to catching up with everybody again on the show soon. So take care and try to stay warm. Or not warm, try to stay cool in Houston.
Yeah, exactly. Kofi, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on, and we appreciate your insight.
Thanks, man.
All right. It's Kofi Sarkodie from Sweden connecting with us there on the World Cup. And then, of course, Alvenkasson. I'll have to get that correct. He's playing in the Swedish First Division over there now, so good for him. 713-780-3776. We got another segment to go here. We'd love to get a couple of phone calls on the World Cup, on your thoughts on it. We've got a bunch of stuff coming in at Facebook Soccer Matters, also Instagram. Glenn Davis Sock. You can hit me up on Twitter, Glenn Davis Sock. So a lot going on here. Brent says France played to their strengths, figured out how they should defend after that Argentina game. I think it speaks more to Deschamps' evolution as a manager. So there you go. 713-780-3776. We'll take a break here. We'll take an Advantage BMW break from 5555 Morningside Drive. It is the Gorgeous Gael.
ESPN 97.5.
We're taking a break.
Okay. That's cool.
Here's your chance to have dinner with a winner. ESPN 97.5, Sports Map 94.1, and Allied Siding and Windows have your seat at the table with Nolan Ryan later this month. All you have to do is go to AlliedSidingandWindows.com and click on Dinner with a Winner. Grand prize winner gets dinner for two with Nolan Ryan. 5 second place winners get an autographed Nolan Ryan baseball. It's Dinner with a Winner. Compliments of ESPN 97.5, Sports Map 94.1, and Allied Siding and Windows. Complete rules and entry at AlliedSidingandWindows.com.
Hi, I'm Brooks Powell, a Houston entrepreneur that you probably recognize from my recent appearance on Shark Tank, where I pitched Thrive Plus, a product designed to reduce the negative effects of alcohol and even make you feel better the next day.
2 minutes.
Just take 3 capsules after your last alcoholic beverage or before going to bed. It's that simple. Don't believe that it
He
works?
just went to the restroom, so you might need to buy another minute.
50% better the next day? We will give you your money back. It's obvious.
Nah, I'll let you talk.
Houston's fastest growing startup.
Oh, yeah,
Try
totally.
today at decidethrive.com.
Soccer
That's
and
decidethrive.com.
pitch and score.
Glenn Davis here, host of
Passing.
Soccer Matters for FM Kitchen and Bar. It's located 1 block north of Washington on Shepherd. Now hit up FM Kitchen and Bar this summer to watch the World Cup from Russia on 13 indoor and outdoor monitors. FM Kitchen and Bar.
That was beautiful.
Burgers, chicken sandwiches, and
I'm glad. I do what I can, you know.
including ribs. Great beers.
What else is
Hey,
there?
can everybody hear me?
Done well. FM Kitchen
No.
and Bar also has an amazing patio. Is dog and kid friendly. Catch the World Cup at
I was gonna tell Peter that I'll be there Tuesday to sell tacos.
Oh. He is dealing with an issue right now. They had the AC, so you know where the booths are?
Yeah.
Glenn's coming back. You can bring it back at a normal time. Yeah, the AC right there at the ceiling was just pouring water after the game.
Oh, mi gatos.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Okay. No more callers, huh?
I haven't gotten anything since a couple segments ago.
Got it.
When we come back, we'll have about 11 minutes.
Poor guy. About 11 minutes.
Get discounted tickets at schlitterbahn.com.
30 seconds.
Quick reminder here, I speak as the host of Soccer Matters. Today I'm speaking on behalf of my favorite political party, the Bud Light Party. People say the country's divided. We disagree on everything. It's not true. We agree on a lot, like puppy videos. Everybody loves puppy videos, 3-day weekends, free
Yeah, that's
parking,
old one.
Margaritas. You know what else everybody loves? Beer. Nothing.
Yeah, that was the only Bud Light I could
Oh,
find.
really?
Raise one right now. Join the Bud Light Party
Okay.
and myself on
maybe-
Wednesday nights for the best in soccer talk. And I always thank Bud Light for all their...
About 15 seconds.
I thought I did a new one.
Over there for years upon years have supported Soccer Matters.
This is a RentersWarehouse.com roadshow. Live from the gorgeous...
I'm going to go ahead and mic hot.
This is Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5.
And on ESPN975.com.
The second hour of Soccer Matters is brought to you by the Daspit Law Firm, DaspitLaw.com. Here's Glenn Davis.
All right, welcome back to 55-55 Morningside Drive. It's the gorgeous Gael, our final segment here on our live World Cup shows. And again, a huge thank you to everybody out here who've been so kind to us and have waited on us hand and foot here. Kylian Mbappe has already posted a photo of him kissing the World Cup, and big letters it says, "My love," talking about the trophy. The three Atletico Madrid players for France have taken a photo, including Griezmann. German national team tweets out, "We look forward to welcoming the new world champions to Munich on September 6th. Incredible scenes in Paris where France, when they lifted the World Cup around the Eiffel Tower. Streets empty, photos of streets empty in France in certain areas. From Optagene, Raphael Varane is only the fourth player to win the World Cup and the Champions League in the same season after Christian Carambeu in '98 with France and Real Madrid, Roberto Carlos in 2002 with Brazil and Real Madrid, and Sami Khedira in 2014 with Germany and Real Madrid." By the way, see the trend there? Real Madrid. French are climbing all over the statue in England at Piccadilly Circus in London, hoisting the French flag, burning flares. Pelé giving props to Kylian Mbappe, who joined the Brazil legend as the only other teenager in history to score a goal in the World Cup final. So Mbappe in rarefied air with Pelé, who did it as a 17-year-old in 1958. French President Emmanuel Macron was understandably thrilled. They got a picture of him jumping up on a table. Patrice Evra congratulating his old teammate Paul Pogba. Hashtag respect, hashtag World Cup Final 2018. NBA stars Tony Parker and Joel Embiid also congratulating the team as well. Kinds of stuff coming in. Peter Schmeichel, huge congratulations to France at FIFA World Cup winners. So the entire World Cup, or entire world is just providing wonderful examples of congratulations to the French national team. I think we're all very respectful and prideful in how Croatia went out at this World Cup as well. VAR at the World Cup, I think it's going to end up being a very positive example of trying to keep the integrity in the game on some of these very interesting calls. And you can go back and look at literally every single VAR call, and most of them were correct. I mean, it's going to be noted as a real success. I don't think any question. And there was real concerns about it going into this World Cup. One of the headlines, Mbappe magic powering France to World Cup glory. If you got something to say, 713-780-3776, 713-780-3776. Sampaoli has agreed to part ways with Argentina. We kind of knew that one was coming. Eden Hazard hinting at an exit from Chelsea. It might be time. It's a young France on top of the world. Again, the award winners, FIFA Young Player, Kylian Mbappe, scores in a World Cup final. Golden Ball goes to Luka Modric. I don't think there's any question. He just a remarkable, not only footballer, but leader for Croatia in this. Silver Ball to Eden Hazard of Belgium. Bronze Ball goes to Antoine Griezmann of France, who played in some varying roles for his team. I mean, was dropping deep into midfield to control the tempo of games, was doing the defending work, taking set pieces. We can call that an own goal, obviously off Mandzukic, but you also have to credit the type of ball that Griezmann hit there to put a defender in a very difficult position. The Fair Play Award goes to Spain, the Golden Glove to Thibaut Courtois, and the Golden Ball will go to Harry Kane. 3 of those 6 goals coming off penalties. Pogba becomes the first Manchester United player to score in a World Cup final. And there you had it. And remember, the U.S. played a friendly against France pre-World Cup. So there you have it. So France, the World Cup winners here today. Exciting final, 6 goals, a World Cup that showed us a tremendous amount of nations providing collective willpower to bridge the gap between talent. Collective play certainly is going to go out, but in the end, it was game changers here that scored the vital goals today for the French. Mbappe, Paul Pogba, all very, very important goals at important times. Antoine Griezmann, obviously, with the free kick as well. And then, of course, in the first round, the stage was set. Brazil breaking out against Saudi Arabia in the World Cup opener, scoring a bunch. Russia jumping out in the World Cup opener against Saudi Arabia, scoring a bunch of goals to set the tournament off. 2.6 goals per game in this World Cup. Who doesn't like goals? That's a wonderful thing for mainstream sports fans here. Also in the United States, the fact that a ton of goals were scored. 30 were scored from the 80th minute on in the group stages. So the tempo was set very early. The bar was set high. Goals were scored. We had 6 in a final. Not a bad thing at this World Cup. Quick word here for Advantage BMW. My friends at Advantage in Midtown have driven a BMW for years. I've leased, I've owned. Advantage BMW in Midtown is the place to go. I drive a 5 Series, ultimate driving machine. There's no doubt about it. Philip Southwick was in here today taking in the game from BMW. We appreciate their support. The other thing I love is the customer service there at BMW. It's second to none. Advantage BMW in Midtown will have you covered with sales, service, and finance. It can be done so easy. Get that hometown advantage at Advantage BMW. AdvantageBMWHouston.com. And thank you for your support of Soccer Matters on ESPN 97.5. Also, as we wrap it up here tonight, I want to once again thank the Daspit Law Firm for being our presenting sponsors here in the second hour. DaspitLaw.com, 713-322-HURT. DaspitLaw.com, 713-322-HURT. They're going to work for you 24/7, nights and weekends, and nobody wants to get in an accident, but if you do, you need representation. And John Daspit and the Daspit Law Firm are your firm, DaspitLaw.com. A last thank you to everybody here at the Gorgeous Gael, the entire staff, Peter Kingston, and everybody that's been here. We appreciate everything that they've done here over the course of 7 live shows. It's a lot of live shows. It's been a lot of fun. The bar has been packed here, and they've absolutely done an amazing job of, taking care of us. They've reserved us a table. They've welcomed ESPN 97.5 in here, and we thank everybody for what they've done for us. I want to remind you again, tomorrow night we'll be on 7 to 9. We're going to continue the World Cup talk tomorrow night, 7 to 9 p.m. Soccer Matters, ESPN 97.5, presented by Texas Children's Hospital and the Daspit Law Firm. You can get the podcast at podcastarena.com, also on iTunes. Hit me up on Twitter, Glenn Davis Sock, Facebook, Soccer Matters. And, of course, you can also go over to Instagram. We're posting some fun stuff over there and some shots from all the differing fans here out at the gorgeous Gael. 55-55 Morningside Drive here in Rice Village. Don't forget to come out here during the Premier League season. Major League Soccer, La Liga, they show all the football matches from all over the world. It's a great international spot here. You meet some unique characters in here, but the food is excellent. Of course, the whiskey offerings, amazing. Also, all the varying types of beer that you could try in here, including one of our great sponsors, Bud Light. So that's going to do it for me, Glenn Davis, here at 55-55 Morningside Drive, the gorgeous Gael. Thanks, everybody, for putting up with me and listening. And until tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Central Time, remember, Soccer Matters, ESPN 97.5, signing off from the gorgeous Gael in Rice Village.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Great.
See ya.